Hey, this is Ethan William Childress from Mixed-ish, and you're listening to the Man Cave Chronicles.
Welcome to another episode of the Man Cave Chronicles.
Welcome to the party, pal!
You're my boy, Blue!
Yo, Adrian!
A podcast with interviews of amazing guests from the world of pop culture.
Oh, yeah!
TV.
Nice!
Movies.
Oh, I love the movies!
Comedy and more. From deep inside the Man Cave, your host, Elias.
Ethan, welcome to the cave.
Thank you.
How are you, man? What's new with you?
Nothing much. Enjoying Easter, enjoying quarantine.
Yeah, how you handling that?
I'm just making the most of it. Enjoying the time off, getting school done.
Yeah, there you go. So now, everybody knows you from ABC's Mixed-ish, and we'll talk about that, but I want the listeners to get to know a little bit more about you. You're originally from Las Vegas?
Yes.
How is it growing up there?
It's very fun, and it's warm, so I got into swimming. That's always been something I've loved since I was a kid. And then what people don't realize about Vegas is that there's more to do besides going to the Strip and gambling, because I like going to, like, this trampoline park that we have, and it's called Flippin' Out Extreme, and it has laser tag, and it has a ball pit, and it does all of that.
Sounds like fun. So, you're 11 years old. How did you discover your passion for acting?
I got an audition for a showcase, and right as I read the script and walked through that door, I knew this was what I wanted to do.
Was it like a specific movie or TV show that you were watching one day and you're like, this is what I want to go do?
Not really.
No?
Once I read that script, I knew that I wanted to do this because I just loved all the dialogue in it.
So how did you get started in acting? Did you take any acting classes at a young age, or?
I did a showcase put on by Adrian Armonte, and then there was lots of workshops, and then we learned scripts. We were put in front of agents and managers, and that's actually how I got signed with my manager. So
I mentioned earlier, you started Mixed-ish. How exciting has this been for you?
It's been very exciting. I'm meeting lots of new people. The cast is great. The crew is great, and I'm loving it.
Yeah. How does it feel being part of the Ish universe with the spinoff?
It's awesome. Everybody on Blackish, everybody on Grownish, everybody on Mixed-ish, everybody's so nice. And then from time to time, we'll visit the sets of Blackish and Grownish and hang out.
Now, for the listeners, really quick, can you tell us what the show's about?
It's about three mixed kids growing up in the 80s where it's not that common for people to be mixed.
So your audition, do you remember the day you went in there for this?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I got the audition, I read the script, and I loved it. I got the callback, and then I got the test, which I didn't think much of until we got the call, and then my mom, my dad, everybody was crying.
So how would you, so when you got this, you play Johan, right? The younger brother.
Yes.
How would you describe him?
He's very adventurous, very curious, and very, very naive.
Well, how did you prepare for this role once you got it?
I watched a couple of episodes of Blackish that had David Diggs in them, so I could kind of take from his character, how he plays it, and kind of put my own twist on it as a younger version.
Is there anything you would change about him?
No, because since he's not so naive, it's like he always sees the best in things and keeps the vibes positive. So who would want to change that?
Would you be, if he was a real character, a real person, would you be friends with him?
100%.
Yeah, why?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because we're kind of both alike. We're both adventurous, curious, like to try new things. Plus, like I said, he keeps the vibes positive, and it would be great to have a friend like Johan.
Yeah. So the show takes place in the 80s. How exciting is that? Like, have you seen anything that makes you excited about, playing a character in the 80s?
I love the fashion, and most days on set, I have to ask some people, like, what is this? Because it's like most of the stuff isn't around nowadays, and I'm, like, very confused about what it is.
Yeah. What's name something that's like confused you and if you asked questions about?
So it was like a phone with a chalkboard on the side of it. And then I was very confused on what it is. And they're like, that's a phone. And I'm like, that's a phone? Because I thought it was just like a mini chalkboard to like write what you would do for the day, like kind of a chores list. And I'm like, whoa.
So on the show, do you have like a favorite scene that you were in that sticks out the most?
There's a couple of scenes that I love, but the episodes haven't aired, so I can't share those. But I love the first episode when we do the water gun and water balloon fight, because we actually got to water gun fight with each other. So that was super fun.
Mm-hmm. So how is it working with the cast?
It's great. Arica's great. Mimi's great. Mark Paul, Tika, everybody is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have any complaints about any of them. Me and the kids have connections on and off set. We hang out all the time. So,
who's your favorite cast member to work with that you've had a scene with that you love working with?
Ooh. I got to go with Arica because in between takes, we'll learn TikToks and we'll film them. And I think that's very cool for us.
That's awesome. Now, we mentioned earlier, Mark Paul plays your father. How is it working with him? Like, how was it exciting? You get to work with somebody, like he was on Saved by the Bell. Like, did you have questions for him, like when you met him for the first time or anything?
I was very confused because my mom showed me a picture of him playing in Saved by the Bell, and I'm like, that is not Mark Paul. I'm like, that's you?
Yeah. Has he given out any advice to you? He's been in the acting world for years now. Has he given you any advice, any tips?
Yes, he's given me lots of help, like, because sometimes I can't understand what the director wants from my lines.
Yeah.
So sometimes him and the dialogue coach will kind of help me and tell me what they think I should do. Plus, he also inspired me to do jujitsu, so that was very cool.
Oh, that's right. He's huge into that now. I forgot about that. So you've had a few guest stars that have appeared on the show. Who would you want to see come on next?
Ooh, I really want to see like maybe Michael Jordan come in.
Ooh, that would be great.
Sorry, Michael B. Jordan.
That'd be awesome.
Because if we do like a PE episode or something, that would be very cool if he was like our PE coach.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Now, during the show, they play like, it takes place in the 80s. What's like some of your like favorite 80s music that's, on the show, or movies or styles? What's been some of your favorites?
Ooh. I really like, for the styles, I really like my B-boy outfits that I play. Like, that's super fun to me. And then on one of the episodes, there was a song, and I can't tell you what it was or what we did, but I really like it, and that episode is coming, so.
Any behind-the-scenes funny moments that's happened on set? Like a goof or anything like that you think about and you always laugh about it?
Okay. One time, I just zoned out in the middle of a scene, and then Tika was my lead-in line. So then, after the end of her lines, I didn't say anything. She just kept going on, and then she was like hinting at me to say my lines.
That's awesome. So, like, you've been acting for a few years. This is one of your biggest things you've had right now. But, like, who are, like, some of your influences that you look up in the acting world? Is there anybody that you try to model yourself after?
Will Smith, The Rock, Michael B. Jordan. I love all those.
Yeah. Do you like, do you want to keep doing comedy, or someday when you get older, you want to try to get into, like, drama and stuff like that, too?
For sure. I want to try everything that I can, but for now, I think I'm loving comedy.
Yeah. How do you try to improve your acting skills every day at such a young age?
I make sure I watch other inspiring actors that are either my age and going, or like Will Smith, like I said, because I look up to those people and I take in kind of how they do their lines and little things that they do to make their scenes better.
Do you ever
I also do
Go
Skype
ahead.
classes for voiceover, and I do all that kind of stuff. So
Do you ever want? I know you don't. I know you like to play video games. You want to do voiceover for video games?
yes, 100%. That would be awesome.
Yeah. What at such a young age, when you have other kids come up to you and say they want to get into the acting world, what do you tell them?
Don't take things personally. It's gonna take all your patience and all your time, and hashtag keep shining.
There you go. What's your dream role you want to play someday, you think?
I would love to be in a Marvel or DC movie, feature films, and if they release one, a live-action Miles Morales.
What's been some of your favorite Marvel and DC movies?
Ooh, I really love Spider-Man. I also really liked Venom. Venom was very good.
Which Spider-Man did you like, the newer ones or the old ones?
I like the older ones and the newer ones. I watched both.
Yeah. What else do you enjoy watching at such a young age?
I also like watching cartoons like Teen Titans Go.
Well, which one?
Oh, also, on the weekends, I used to watch anime with my dad. And I still watch anime today, so that's very cool.
Who introduced you to anime? Was it your dad?
My dad, yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's on your bucket list for 2020? What's the next thing you want to accomplish in 2020?
If I was older, I would want to go skydiving, but but right now I'm looking forward for season 2 and getting out of the house.
Yeah. Have you heard any news for season 2 yet?
No, not yet.
No.
But before we left for season 1, they said lock up, don't pack up. So
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Ethan, how can the listeners find you on social media?
at the_real_EWC.
Is that on Instagram?
Yes, that's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I believe.
All right, Ethan. This was fun. Thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap, everybody. That's a wrap.
Thanks for listening to the Man Cave Chronicles podcast.
I finally get my man cave.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at the MCC Podcast and our website, themccpodcast.com. Until next time.